Well, good morning. I have a few comments to make about a ceremony that I saw, I think it was yesterday, um, at the White House with President Joe Biden giving out the Medal of Valor to law enforcement and department officers at the White House. And so I wanted to just take a look at the definition of the word valor. And this simply says, this Webster, it simply says strength of mind or spirit that enables a person to encounter danger with firmness, personal bravery. And then it goes on to ask the question, did you know valor in uniform is still rewarded by medals? Many American civic organizations award the Medal of Valor for physical courage, and the Air Force Medal of Honor displays the single word valor on it. So, in other words, the strength of mind and spirit that enable that person to encounter danger with firmness and with personal bravery. And here is the president at the White House honoring two NYPD officers and others with the Medal of Valor recipients at the White House. And as I watched that ceremony, I just began to think about the duties, particularly of those of law enforcement. Wouldn't it be something if the president gave the Medal of Valor to police officers who intervened and stopped fellow officers from using unnecessary and deadly force against particularly blacks and brown people? Imagine a recipient being awarded the Medal of Valor for doing it, to have the strength of mind and spirit to act beyond the ordinary. And yet, I don't think it's going to happen. See, because it's not thought of. Imagine an officer actually intervening and saving the life of a human being simply by telling that his fellow officer or officers not to use deadly force or to stop them from using deadly force in encounters of domestic violence, in encounters of mental health problems, in encounters of simple traffic stops. And immediately, law enforcement would say, no stop is simple. And yet, why is it that these stops can result in the death of a black man in particular over something very minor? Why is deadly force needed? You see, why don't we see valor and honor in those situations? And yet we don't. Why not choose to honor that particular behavior? That to see an officer intervene and save the life in a situation which should be a safe stop, where not only does the officer get to go home safe, but the individual who was encountered gets to go home safe or gets to be taken to a hospital for further mental health evaluation. Or if that person is in violation of the law, taken on to jail, where the law will be applied without deadly force. You see, we don't honor that. We don't even consider it as valor. And perhaps we should.